All right, everyone, listen up. Today, I'm going to show you an insider strategy to boost your Capital One credit limit without a single hard inquiry. That's right, you'll walk away with a bigger limit, more flexibility, and a stronger credit profile, all without the usual hassle. Now, why Capital One? Well, they're a top subprime lender, meaning they're perfect for people working to build or rebuild credit. And having a major bank like that on your profile, it can do wonders. You just need to know how to work the system. Stick around, because I'm breaking it down step by step. Before we start off, what you need to understand about Capital One is their tier system. Not all cards are created equal. You're not going to go from a platinum secure all the way to the top tier Venture X in one jump. Capital One has a progression system. You start with beginner cards and then work your way up to the more premium options. Building your way up the tiers shows Capital One that you're serious about credit. Keep leveling up your account, keep making smart moves, and eventually you'll be looking at premium cards with high limits and big rewards. Here's how you start. Step 1. Smart usage. Now, let's talk about usage, the first crucial step. Maybe you've heard people say to keep your usage below 25 or even 10%. Forget about those numbers for now. What Capital One really cares about is smart usage. They want to see that you're actually using the card regularly, all the while also ensuring that you can pay it off without a hitch. Here's how you do it. If you have, say, a $1,000 limit, don't just spend $50 a month and call it good. Lenders won't see you as a serious borrower if you barely touch your credit. Show them you're serious by using a larger portion of that limit, $400 or even $600, and pay it all off. If you can pay it off in full, even better. And if you can do this consistently over time, you're sending Capital One the signal. I'm responsible. I know how to manage credit. If you don't have the money for a purchase, skip using the card. And here's a common trap Capital One sets for eager card holders, offering a second card after only a few months. It's tempting, right? You're thinking, hey, more credit, more perks, why not? But here's the secret, don't take the bait. Why? Because when you add a second low limit card, it can actually hold you back. If you stick to the single card approach, it shows Capital One that you're serious about building a strong account with them. Plus, down the line, when you're ready for a card from another bank, you'll likely qualify for a higher starting limit because you've shown you can handle a larger balance. Step 2, know when to ask and how. One of the biggest myths out there is that you need to call customer service to request a credit limit increase. Not true. In fact, that can actually backfire because it usually triggers a hard inquiry on your credit report, which could end up lowering your score. What you want to do instead is use the Capital One app. This is where the magic happens, and it's super easy to do. So here's how you make your request without that dreaded hard inquiry. Open the Capital One app, find the card you want to request an increase on, and go to your profile. From there, go to Account and Feature Settings, then click on Request Credit Limit Increase. Simple, right? Well, not so much. You see, once you hit enter, the bank would like you to answer a series of questions. When you're answering these, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, employment status. If you're self-employed, here's a tip. Never list yourself as self-employed. Why? Because it makes lenders a bit jumpy. So, to help avoid any unnecessary scrutiny, just list yourself as an employee, which technically you are if you own your business. Then, when it asks for your position, put something like manager, director, or CEO. The next part of the request asks for your annual income. Here's a pro tip, don't go overboard. Listing a ridiculously high income won't guarantee you a higher limit. In fact, Capital One will match your limit based only on your existing credit profile. So if your income is around $100,000, maybe start by listing $50,000. This keeps your profile looking realistic, and every 6 months or so, you can add a little more to your income estimate. Yup. Capital One generally likes to see 6 months of responsible use before they consider a credit limit increase. This gradual approach builds trust over time. One final tip before you hit that slide button, make sure you have no outstanding balance on your card. This one is crucial because Capital One wants to see a clean slate. Not carrying balances forward pretty much sets the stage for a smooth approval. You might be thinking, why go through all this just for a credit limit increase? Here's the deal. While many may not know it, a higher credit limit lowers your credit utilization ratio, which can boost your credit score over time. Plus, of course, having higher limit cards gives you more freedom. Want to take a vacation, handle emergencies, or just not worry about maxing out? This extra cushion can be a game changer. So, there you have it. the complete foolproof method for getting a credit limit increase with Capital One, all without risking a hard inquiry. If you like this content, subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Mr. Fundable.